Good morning, everybody. Welcome in to this first ever celebratory Content Delta stream. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is doing fantastic. We are live here both on Twitch and YouTube. And today, we are going to do something really cool. We are going to go through Streamer.Bot. We are going to show you everything you need to know to be able to use Streamer.Bot effectively. And we're even going to show you a little tips and tricks. And at the end, we are going to have ourselves a Q&A where you can ask me all your questions. If you do think of any questions you want to ask, there's a form a Google form down below, in the description on YouTube or in the pinned message on the Twitch chat. Go check that out. There are already a few messages that we will be talking about. Hey, Ramcycle, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hello, Ash. You wonderful people. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody is having a very productive weekend. Everybody creating content. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Barry Epps. I help streamers grow. It's what I do here on Content Delta. It's what I do over on Twitch when I'm not playing games. I am a Twitch partnered streamer under the name MathmanEU, where I also play horror games from time to time. But when I don't do either of those, I do my full-time job. I'm a full-time cryptographer, and today we are gonna have ourselves a wonderful time. Hey, Signals, indeed, it will be in the doobly-doo below, because I don't know what description box is, I suppose, the official name, but I prefer doobly-doo. We're just gonna go with doobly-doo. Of course, for those that don't know that, that's a reference to the Vlogbrothers, who I've been watching for years and years. They tend to call it the doobly-doo. Half of YouTube has stolen that, so we're gonna go with it. I do have a nice little mug of coffee here. Before we get into it, which I do think we're gonna do pretty quickly. What we are going to do today, I will quickly talk through as to the planning. So we are going to do a Streamer.Bot 101. We're gonna go through everything you need to know to make your Streamer.Bot work, to set up channel point redemptions on Twitch, to give you commands, to put in hotkeys, everything that you will need. We're even gonna try, now this is not 100% functional, but we are going to try and get a voice command running, and then I'll show you the absolute magic, the final piece of magic that makes Streamer.Bot the best streaming bot that you can have running from your PC. Of course, no cloud work. It's all run from your PC. It is going to be incredible. Already smashed. Worgo's excited to see me live. Let's go. Love to hear it. Hey, Nukima over on... Oh, why is this not showing the colors? I had set it up so that I could see who is where, but apparently that doesn't want to work. Nukima over on Twitch. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, I am live, twitch.tv/Content Delta, and here on YouTube, youtube.com/@Content Delta. I can see both chats. You guys can see it as well down below. Oh, here you can see the colors. Perfect. We'll keep it that way then. And yeah, there's one thing, as I was saying, about Streamer.Bot that I think is one of the best things that they have implemented. And I'll talk about that later on because it is part of sort of the advanced construction. So what we are going to do first is that you guys can already see the screen down there. Let's switch over to that scene so you guys can actually see what's going on. This is my desktop. We have two things already set up. The first is a fresh install of OBS. So I downloaded this morning. To get it yourself, all you need to do, let's open a quick window, is go to obsproject.com. For those that are still using Streamlabs, click download, and then get whichever download you have. Like, if you have Linux, you need that one, Apple there, and of course, Windows there. And if you do use Windows, get the zip download. Once you've gotten the zip download, what you can do is go into your downloads folder and open up the zip download. Now, what I like to do... Oh yeah, I do need to purchase WinRAR at some point. Who purchases WinRAR at these days? Just make a new folder, call that OBS. If I could type, that would be great. OBS. And just drag this in. Now, you might wonder, I'm currently streaming and I'm installing OBS at the same time. Very simple. You make a new text file, just a regular text document, and call it portable_mode and leave it like that. What that does is whenever you boot OBS, it will boot in portable mode, which allows you to have multiple installs of OBS on your PC at the same time. That allows me to stream with OBS right now, and I think I by now have 6 different OBS versions. Marianen, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. I hope you're doing well. So with that in mind, we have now installed OBS. To boot it up, you go into the bin, 64-bit, and open up obs64.exe. Very simple. Oh, wait, I can do this. If you want to make a quick screen or a quick shortcut, you can just create a shortcut. That's up to you. That's up to you. But when you then boot OBS, you get this. And everything is as it is. I'm not going to go too much into how OBS is set up and how it works. We will do that another time. Right now, we are focusing fully on Streamer.Bot. Hey, Mads, how are you doing? Welcome in here on YouTube. Welcome in on YouTube. How are you doing? So, next step would be to get ourselves Streamer.Bot. To do that, it's also very simple. Just go to Streamer.Bot. Hello, Hidden Titan. Hello, Hidden Titan. How are you doing? You just go download. It's right there. It's right there in the center. You just grab that one. You grab that one. You download it. You can also download Speaker.Bot. Again, this is something where we won't be going into too much, but it allows you to have TTS running from your PC, linking to different services, free and paid, and you can run your own TTS server, which is quite cool. To install Streamer.Bot, once again, we are going to make a new folder on the page, just on your desktop. Open WinRAR and just copy all these things straight into that folder. And then you're done. That is it in. Text-to-speech. Yes, TTS. Correct. Correct. Text-to-speech. Here you have Streamer.Bot. Double-click it. It opens up and you are greeted with this. Now, for a lot of people, this feels very overwhelming. And I completely understand that. Like, it looks like something that was made in Windows 3.11. And now, of course, I'm very old. So I know a little bit about Windows 3.11. But after this, I am sure you will have yourself a wonderful, wonderful time. So the first thing we're going to do, right? The first thing we are going to have to do is to make sure that OBS is connected to your platform, be it Twitch or YouTube or both, and to connect it to your Streamer.Bot. If you want to look down here in the bottom right corner, you can see it currently says connected 0 out of 0. We want to get that a little bit more, like, a little bit further. We want to get that a little bit further. I'm happy I'm not the only old person here. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to have to add our stream app. Now, what we do is we open up our completely new OBS, go to the tools, and click on the WebSocket server settings. This is something you are going to need to activate because else, well, there's no way for Streamer.Bot to connect to your OBS. And if you can't connect that, nothing will happen. So we're going to enable the WebSocket server. I'm going to choose a different port You can just leave it at the port that it is right now. It's just that that port is already in use for my own Streamer.Bot. So you just leave the server port at what it is and generate a password. You don't have to worry about that more than that. Then you're going to click on the show connect info. But I can't show you that because the server password and my IP address are... Oh no, it's my local IP. I can show you. I can show you. There we go. So here you can see if you want to log in, you can even connect via QR. But the things we are going to need are up here. The server port is incorrect. Hello? The server port is definitely incorrect. It's 4453. For you guys, it will be 4455, but that's okay. Hey, Rebel, how are you doing? Thank you for popping in. So we just keep this in mind. We're going to open our Streamer.Bot. And let me just make sure that these are both visible on the screen. Makes it a little bit easier. Right-click, add. Once you add it, the first thing you do is set your version to 5.x. You do not want to have it set to anything else. If you do not have version 5, then you are using an aged OBS, OBS 28 or earlier. You really want to be using OBS 30 at this point. It's stable, it's fine, there's nothing that massively breaks. So unless you need it for specific plugins, and even then, you might want to think about deprecating those plugins. Let's give it a name. I'm going to call it OBS Test Rig because that is what this is. Like, this is not an OBS I'm going to use. So I just want to make sure that I know that. The host is 192. For me, it's 192.168.0.192. Really, it's just a server IP. It's just a server IP. Then you choose the port. Well, I've changed my port slightly, so I need to move that. And then for the password, we're just going to copy it and put that in there. Make sure to tag auto connect on startup and reconnect on disconnect. And if everything is correct, I should now get the status to say connected, which it isn't. Because of course you also have to, this button here, the apply button, very important. Else your WebSocket server is not going to start. Let me just see if I can force connect it. Disconnected. Okay. Don't know what's going on. Is it because that port is also busy? That could be the case. Let's try 4456. Sometimes that will help. We just need to find a port that actually is working. Because you can't use the same port in multiple applications. Hello? What's going on? Why are you not connecting? Interesting. Okay, well, we'll just try 4455. See if it wants to do it anyway. I don't think it will. I think it's got to try and connect to the wrong OBS. Which, yeah, it's definitely trying to connect to the wrong OBS. Okay, let's try 4456 then. And what I'll try... This is just a little bit of debugging, is... It didn't move it to the right port. Okay. 4456. Hey, Alan. You generate a new password and that didn't copy in like the port. Ah! Okay. That would make sense. Thank you for letting me know, Alan. Yeah, so just like the port, it didn't copy the new password. We just pop the new password in, and that should connect. Connected! Wonderful, wonderful. Yes, so that is, yeah, that is a bit of a bug. So if you do generate a new password, apply, okay, reopen it, then show connect info. Perfect. So that is now set up. From here on, we can start doing the fun things. We can connect to Twitch and YouTube. And I'm just going to show you guys how this works. You go to your settings. You go to the platforms tab, Twitch, accounts, and then you can log in with your broadcaster account. Now, I can't show you this because I have to type my password. There we go. But once you click authorize, there it is. We are now connected to the channel. Right there. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Alan. It did fix it. Absolutely perfect. Thank you. So we are already well on our way. The nice thing is that Streamer.Bot also allows you to add a bot account. So if you make a second account, you can call it Content Delta Bot, or as I have it for my gaming channel, I have MathmanEU, that's me, and my bot is MathBotEU. You can connect that account as well, and as long as you moderate that account, so make it a moderator on the Twitch platform, it can do everything that you can do as well. For YouTube, it's very similar. You go to the YouTube tab, you have to agree to the YouTube's terms and services, go into account, and you can sign in with Google. Again, you can do this for a broadcaster account and for a bot account, no problem whatsoever. So I'm just going to sign in with Google. That's going to open up on my other screen. Hopefully this will just work without me having to do much for it. Sign in. Make sure that you select everything. And there we go. We are connected. So now we are connected, as you guys can see, status is connected to both Twitch and YouTube. Okay, with that done, there is one more thing that you guys might find very interesting, and that is integrations. If we go into the integrations tab and we zoom in for a little bit, you can see you can integrate with Streamlab, Stream Elements, VoiceMod, Donor Drive, Pulsoid, Hybrate, etc., etc., etc. If you are running your alerts from Streamlabs or Stream Elements, and you would like to run them from Streamer.Bot, you can connect those platforms to your Streamer.Bot, and it will automatically send for every follow, every sub, every like. It will send that information to your Streamer.Bot. By the way, if you do want more people to see this on YouTube, make sure to like it. That apparently helps in the algorithm. So that being said, there's one other one that you guys might find interesting, and that's Elgato. For the Elgato one, this is to connect your Stream Deck to Streamer.Bot. I will show you guys in a little bit how you set that up and how you can run commands and everything through the Stream Deck. But to set this up, you just need to auto start your Stream Deck server. Again, this is just like with the connection to OBS. You somehow need these two programs to communicate. So we're just going to say auto start, and I will choose a different port. I will choose 8061, and I'll say start server. Now, note, you can't just choose any single port. There are some ports that are dedicated for certain internet protocols, but under normal circumstances, you don't have to worry about that because you don't have to change the port that you're working with. With that in mind, we've now started our Elgato server, which allows us to connect to the Stream Deck. You may have connected your Stream Elements and your Streamlabs, but more importantly, we've connected to OBS, so we can make actions. In the Actions tab, you will find 3 different boxes: the Actions, the Triggers, and the Sub-Actions. So we are going to start off by just looking at what these things are. A sub-action, or an action, is the thing that has to run. It's like the name for the overall sort of steps it has to take. So for example, if you make a command, that would be your action. If you want to do a here command or a hosting command or I don't know, go exclamation point song, and you should be able to see it in action, actually. If you go exclamation point song over on Twitch, I believe. I don't know if I'm logged in on YouTube on my other OBS. I am not. I will do that right away. Because we do want that to work on YouTube as well. Oh, that's the wrong button. Let me just quickly connect. You should be able to see that something pops into the screen right here somewhere, I think. Or is it that side? Where you can see what song we are listening to at the moment. Let's have a test of that. Hello? No? Apparently not. And is that because I made a boo-boo? It's probably because I made a boo-boo, to be honest. Yes. Yes, I did not connect the action to that. That is smart. Failed to get the current song. Thank you, Stream Elements. I didn't ask you, but that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, I'll fix that in a second. If we go over here, the sub-actions are then where you want to make sure that you list the things that are going to happen step by step. So let's actually make a now playing command. Which of course, yeah, let's do that. So we'll call it now playing. For now, we're not going to put that in a group. We're not doing anything with it. We're just going to say, what does it have to do when the song plays? Okay. Well, for that, we are going to go into Twitch. Is it Twitch? Are we going to go with Twitch? Yes, let's go with Twitch. And should probably have prepared this, but we might have to do a quick thing here. Yeah, okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go, first thing we're gonna do is go into OBS, and we are gonna want to make this command so it shows the song that we are currently playing. And to do that, we are first going to go into OBS and make a scene. And we'll just call it the now playing scene. We're gonna need some text. The first piece of text we are going to add is going to be song title. And for the song title, we will, I mean, make it look pretty. Make it look pretty as you want it. And I'm just gonna say test title. There. Then we're gonna copy, paste duplicate, and we're just gonna rename this to song artist. The reason I want this very clearly noted is because we are going to use this in a little bit in Streamer.Bot. For now, it just says test title, test artist. What we're going to do is go into your Streamer.Bot, and in the actions, we are going to go to OBS. And then we are going to say sources. Set GDI text. And we're just going to call that for now. We are going to call this current song. And then, or we can actually call it something better. We'll call it current title. And then with the second one, we're just going to duplicate it again because we want to do this again for the song artist. So we switch the source to song artist and call this current artist. There we go. Okay. With that now in place, all we want this to do for now is to show up when we ask exclamation point song and to go away again after the song has got after a few seconds. Let's say it like that. So the first thing we're going to add is a source. Set source visibility state. And then we're going to set song title to visible. We're going to right click it. We're going to duplicate it. And we're going to do the same for song artist. And then after a few seconds, we want it to disappear again. So we're going to duplicate each of these again. And this time, we're going to set the state to hidden. In general, you never want to use toggle unless it's for a very specific reason. Be clear and be explicit in what you want it to do. Because if something at some point goes wrong and it throws the whole toggle scheme off, you're going to have to reset it manually. By just being clear and explicit about visible and hidden, it makes it so much easier for you to handle later on. However, if we do this now, what will happen is that the song title and artist, they will become super visible and then they disappear right away. So we need to add a little bit of a delay. Now, delays here are always measured in milliseconds. So we are going to say 6 seconds, which is 6,000 milliseconds. And just drag the delay in between here. There we go. So now, we should be almost done, except for one thing. We are also going to have to set up a trigger. What a trigger does is very simple. It tells Streamer.Bot, oh, this action needs to be done when someone triggers this trigger. When somebody does something. And in our case, we will go for core and we will go for commands. And then we'll say command triggered. Now, there's currently no command made. So we'll create a command which we will call exclamation point. Now, we'll call it exclamation point. We'll not call it now playing. Yeah, actually, we'll call it now playing. Just to match the name of the action. And as the command, it's going to be exclamation point now playing or exclamation point NP. You can make these commands by putting new commands on every single line. If you put them on every single line, it will respond to each of those. We are also going to set it so that you can only ask for this once every 30 seconds. And a single user can only ask for this once every 2 minutes. It's rare that songs will be under 2 minutes, so it's unlikely that they will have to request this multiple times. The last thing we want this to do as a sub-action, this is quite a fun one. We can go to Twitch, we can go to chat, and we can send message to channel. And we will just send to channel, hey, user. That is whoever has just used this command. The song currently playing is %, current song or current title by current artist. What this does is it allows people to request a song and it will spit it out in Twitch chat in this case. The reason we are using the percentile signs, this is actually a very important step, is Streamer.Bot is able to recognize certain commands, such as user, such as the current title, current artist, for certain applications. It can get the username, it can get the games that people play on Twitch, it can get links, all these things automatically, which is just a fantastic thing that it can do. I will show you how to use that in practice in just a second. So now if we turn these off and we quickly open the Twitch chat, let me just see where I've left that one. There we go. We can just go exclamation point NP and look, it shows the current artist, the current title, and then it goes away. You missed when you said it, but what music program is this pulling from? YouTube, Spotify, etc. So, Signals, right now, I have not set it up yet to pull from anything. But we can set it up to pull from, for example, Spotify. So if you look in... I don't know if this is going to work. Let me just quickly check. OBS, YouTube, yes, perfect. That's what I want you to do. But you are not... Can I have it so that... So what I wanted to show is if I do... And it doesn't do that right now. I don't understand why. 1 second. I'm quickly looking at my own setup. Oh, that's why. Well, it would be good if I'm logged in on the actual other side as well. So I'm going to quickly turn this off. And you'll be able to see how I've set it up. I'll show you how to set it up like this in a second. If I now do ! song in Twitch chat, look. It shows up at the top of screen. And yes, this is Stream Beats by Harris Heller. And it pulls it directly from Spotify. I will show you... I love these things because now I can show you something extra that I have not planned to show you yet. But it's very simple. It's very simple. All you need to do, Signals, is you need a OBS plugin. So let's open up the OBS website again. And the plugin you are looking for is called Tuna. So for those that don't know Tuna is a fantastic plugin. And I'll show you guys how this is going to work. I might as well, right? I might as well. So you go to the download. You download the version that you need. In my case, I will again download the zip version. Do not download the installer. You just get Tuna. You download it. And once that's done, we are going to just minimize these. Oh, we open the OBS folder that we've been working with. In my case, that's a different folder. 1 second. Because, of course, I'm using a different OBS that I'm running the test rig from. There we go. And you just drag these in here. You just drag these in. Boom. Done. Reboot your OBS. Which we do need to do. 1 sec. Need to find it. Jesus Christ, why do I have so many windows open? There's my test rig. And now the real fun starts. So what we've just done is we put it in Streamer.Bot, and we wanted Streamer.Bot to run the whole thing, right? But with the Tuna plugin, we can make this even easier. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to remove... Hello? Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. There. We are going to disable the text GDI things. We aren't going to delete them. We're just going to disable them. Then you go to Tools. And it has not installed correctly. Tuna has not installed correctly. Interesting. Let's open up Tuna again. Let's open up the folder again. There's the test rig. Yes, this is what we're currently running from. Replace. I'm wondering why it didn't open it up from there, but it should now say Tuna in this list, which it doesn't. And my question is why? I also don't have the Tuna scene. Very interesting. Let's have a quick look at why that's the case. So this is the test rig I'm running from. That is Tuna. Data OBS plugins are right here. So I'm putting it in the right folder. I'll replace them again. Unless I'm, of course, starting the wrong OBS. Let me see. No, that is the right OBS that I'm starting. So why is Tuna not starting? Interesting. Did I download the wrong... I downloaded the wrong version. Never mind. I got the x86 version. I definitely, on this PC, need the x64 version. Because I'm running a 64-bit setup. So that is probably where it went wrong. Silly mistakes. But those happen when you are live. There we go. Now we have tuna. Now we can see the big tuna. So let's open that up. You guys can see all sorts of stuff. But the important things is there is a few things. First off, we want to fetch cover. It doesn't really matter where that is. Just had to switch the install destination folder. Oh, no, yeah, no. In my case, I was just making a mistake. You want to set the missing covers to 512 by 512. Then, you're going to make sure that the song source is set to Spotify. And in the song info outputs, you're going to add a new one. You're going to look for the song info path. Now, it's really not that important. But what we're going to do for our test sake, we are going to make a new folder, which we will call Tuna in the OBS folder. And we'll make a text file here, which we'll call, let's call this one song title. And that's the one we're going to use. And here on the bottom as variable, we're just going to find the right variable we need to use. Album, no. Artist, no. We want to find the title. Title, there. And we are just going to write title. Okay. Now, what this is going to do is it is going to show the full title. What you can do is go title, let's say 20, and now it will only show the first 20 characters of the title. We're going to do that again for a new path in the same test rig, in the same folder. We're making another file, which we will call song artist. And when you're drawing from Spotify, you need to use artists. Don't do album artist or actors or something like that. The artists variable is the only one that Spotify supports. Here you go, okay. So now it draws information from Spotify and it puts it somewhere where you want it to be. In Spotify, you then have to do a few things to connect. Usually, it's enough to just go open login page and log into Spotify. I'm not going to do that right now because, again, you need to put in your password and that sort of stuff. Then you click apply and you click start and then you click apply. So Tuna is now running. Then we go to the GDI texts. And we're going to say, instead of having this command, we're going to say read from file, song title. Oh, sorry, this is the artist, song artist. And the other one, we will set to read from file, song title. And now, it will say no song is playing, because it can't connect to Spotify. But if maybe I can connect easily to Spotify. Yes, that's fine. Just moving that to the other side. I have read and agreed. I need to actually log in to Spotify. Yes. Yes. Nope. Okay. That was not the right password. I don't remember my own passwords. Invalid client. Okay. So I can't connect to Spotify through this tuner and the tuner I'm using to stream. But once you've connected, it will automatically fill in the name of the song. And because now we have removed it from saying it here on Streamer.Bot, what you get is that the song visibility and the source visibility will indeed be as we want it with exclamation point song, that it just shows it. It just shows it. So that is really all you need. There's one more thing we can do. Hey, Bloody Zaken, how you doing? Welcome in on YouTube. I hope you're doing well. Just shaking my drink for a moment. Because this is the power of Tuna. Add image. And I'm just gonna call this song or album image. We don't have to set an image file. Actually, we do need to set an image file. Let me just set that correctly in Tuna first. So in Tuna, instead of having it at whatever that is, I'm just gonna set it so it is in the Tuna files. There. And we will call it /cover.jpg. Apply. And hopefully that now automatically shows up. There's the cover. But I want it to show up in the right place. So let's quickly grab that. Nope, it isn't there yet. It will do that once the next song starts. Which we can force by skipping song. You have to check if you're live on Twitch. Oh, I'm also live on Twitch. I'm live both places. Here and on twitch.tv/content-delta. Tuna is in, yes, in OBS. On the top, in the tools menu. There's Tuna settings. And now I should have the right cover in the right place, but apparently no. Let's just call this cover.png. Please generate that, because I'm gonna need you here, my friend. There we go. And look at that. It just draws the cover straight in from OBS or from Tuna. It is good, isn't it, Maria? It is really, really good. And now you can see that if you do that and you take, once the artist comes in and you put this over here on this side and you play with the design, well, we've pretty much now built a command that does exactly what my Twitch command does. Right? It does exactly that. It's right there. Which is what I absolutely love about this particular system, this particular setup. Hey, Bloody Katsas, yes! So this is the Content Delta Twitch, yeah. Fail again? No, it's, yeah. So Stream Element says it's failing, but it really isn't. I'm not too happy with Stream Elements being like that, so we're just gonna say goodbye to Stream Elements for just 10 minutes, because you can see it working right up there, it's working. Hey, Bloody Katsas, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, the chat thing I explicitly disabled because I don't particularly think we need it. You have it up there. That being said, so that is how you make commands in Streamer.Bot. Now we can go on to the next step, and that is making channel point redemptions. Now, channel point redemptions are very a Twitch thing, but you can also make them for YouTube, but just as a command. This is how we're gonna go. We're gonna make a new one, and what we're actually going to do is we are going to make the first redemption. You guys know the one that you see on my stream. We're gonna make that exact one, and we're gonna make that in a completely new scene. So I made a new scene, which we call First Redemption, and we're gonna first build it in OBS. The first thing we're gonna do is we are going to add a image source. A video source. Specifically for me, a VLC video source, but really it can be anything. And this is going to be, what are we gonna call this? We'll call this first video. And we are not gonna loop the playlist. We are not gonna shuffle the playlist. You know what? No, we're not gonna do it like that. We are going to add a regular media source, and we'll call it first video, because this one is gonna behave better. I am going to quickly find the file I'm looking for. Remember that these files are all available over on the Discord, the Content Delta Discord. There should be a link on Twitch down below in the banner, and on YouTube, I'm sure we can drop it in the chat on YouTube. Let me just find the first redeem. Redemptions. There it is. This is a video redemption. And as you guys can see, I have a few. But we're going for the first one. And it's a WebM file. So it also adds the audio automatically. You guys can't hear it. I can't hear it. It's all good. But that's what we want to do. And what we'll do, it plays once and that's it. That's also how we want it to behave. But as you guys might know on my stream, I can show you the image of whoever redeems this. To do this, we're going to add a browser source. And we're going to just call this first avatar. You're going to make this 300 by 300. And we're just going to click OK for now. Because all we need is the correct size. Now, I'm quickly playing and pausing the video because I want to be able to scale the avatar to somewhat the right size. But as you guys can also see, it is still very square. So, how are we going to solve that? Well, for that, we're going to need another plugin. I know you can also do this with a mask. Yes, you can do this with a simple mask, which I do provide on the Discord. But it is easier now to do it with a plugin. And the plugin we are just going to Google is called OBS Shader Filter by Exceldro. And you just click the GitHub. You scroll down to... You scroll down. Yes. Yes, there are a lot of shit. Hello? Can I... No. OBS Shader Filter. Is this Exceldro's version? Yes. Go to download. There we go. There we go. So go to the OBS Shader Filter. Just look on Google for OBS Shader Filter, followed by Exceldro. That's the person that makes it. He makes so many incredible OBS plugins. It is insane. It's really, really crazy. And you just want to grab the Windows zip again. That one's going to download. I'm going to open that up. And we're once again going to drop that in the test rig, where you guys know we want it to be. We're just going to drop that in, and we're going to reboot the test rig. And that should install the Shader Filter plugin. The thing with the Shader Filter plugin is we can do a lot of really, really cool stuff. You can add colors, you can add specific shaders, you can add a lot of stuff that OBS just can't do. But for this case, we're going to use it for a very simple thing. We're going to add it as a filter. So you right-click Filters, and you add a user-defined shader. We say use an effect file, or sorry, no, load shader text from file. We browse, and then we're just gonna look for the rectangle shader. Let's zoom that in a little bit so you guys can see. And we do not want rectangle 2, we want the rectangle, where is it? Rounded rectangle 1. Okay. We've loaded the shader in. We're gonna go down. I've loaded it on the wrong thing. It's not supposed to be on the video. It is supposed to be on the avatar. There we go. And I'm just gonna shove this a little bit out of the way so you guys can see. What we're going to do is we're just going to increase the corner radius to full. Hello? Load shader from file. Yes. Rectangle. Come on. You know you can do this. And corner radius to full. Okay. Sure. Rounded rectangle 2. Why are you not... Oh, because it's off. I forgot to turn it on once I copied it. We're there. It's fine. Rounded rectangle. And yeah, we're just gonna set... Hello? The corner radius to full. As you guys can see, that makes it a perfect circle. Now, I can see a little bit of black in the back. I don't know if you guys can see this very well. But you can also change that. Just add a color source. This is what I usually do. Just add a color source and put it at the back. Look how this is not actually a circle at the moment. So we're just gonna make sure that it is a circle. I couldn't see this before I opened it. Set it to, I think 100 would be a circle. No, that's not a circle yet. We want to get it as close to a circle as possible. That'll do. We're just going to size it up a little bit. As you can see, it's not a perfect circle, but that's okay. We're going to play with this. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Signals. And especially when you do these things live, you know stuff is going to happen. Now that we've set this up, by the way, absolutely perfectly in the center. I need to shrink it just a tad. Just a tad. Make sure it's centered on the medallion. I'm just going to drag the avatar down under the video and look at that. We're done. In OBS, we are now done. We're going to remove the color source because we don't need that one to stay here. And we're going to lock these in place. Now we're going to build this in Streamer.Bot. So open up your first redemption. And the first thing we are going to do is go to Twitch, user, get user info for target. The source type, we are going to say user and click OK. What this does is get all the stuff into all the information that we are going to need in just a second into Streamer.Bot. Then we're going to add from the OBS sources, show visibility state. We are going to add first a video. And then we're just going to duplicate this and also set it for the avatar. Now, this video is 10 seconds long. You guys just can't see that. It's underneath my face. But that means we are going to add another delay. And I'm going to say, let's start just with 10 seconds. So 10,000 milliseconds. And then we're going to duplicate the video and the avatar and make sure to hide them afterwards. So far, so good. Right? We've now set it up so that everything works. What happens is it adds the information. It makes the video and avatar visible. Then it delays for 10 seconds as the redeem plays. And then it hides it again. But there's one thing that we've not done yet. And that is, we need to tell this avatar, this OBS source, to grab the URL that corresponds to the user's image. And that is why we have added these user info from targets information. We're going to go and in OBS, sources, And then we're looking for set browser source URL. And now Streamer.Bot is so helpful that it gives you the URL that you are going to need right there. It's right there. So we're just going to copy that. Make sure that you are using the right capitalization. Do not leave things differently capitalized. It does matter. And remember the percentile signs. We're going to set this one all the way at the start, right under the add the target info, because we want it to retrieve that before it shows the image. Okay, now let's turn this off. That's now gone. And we are going to add a channel point redemption. To do that, go to Twitch, go to channel reward redemption. And as you guys can see, I can't do anything here at the moment. The reason for that is that I think I should be able to, but... Ah, there we go. I haven't made a channel point reward yet. The title is going to be first. I am going to make this enabled. It's going to cost 1 channel point. The prompt is claim the official first. And I'm going to say that only 1 person can redeem this per stream because, you know, it's one thing. Then we're just going to say, okay. Unable to create? Why can't you create a reward? It really is Murphy's Law today. Oh, of course. Never mind. I can't do that. Because on Twitch, this channel is not affiliated. So I don't have channel points. Instead, what we'll do is we'll add... but that is how you would do this. That is how you would do this. Instead, we're going to add a test, and we're going to say that user... let's make the user Ash Kapow. Just because we know what we're going to see. And when I now test this, it should work. Please do. Should show us something. My content delta Twitch is completely new. I made it specifically for this. My gaming Twitch is partnered, as you know. But this is my first stream on the Content Delta channel on Twitch. Usually add a 12 millisecond delay after each change or retrieval. That way you don't chance seeing a flicker as it grabs the info. Not a bad idea, I got to say. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause the add target from who redeemed, because it can't do that right now. Come on. Work with me. Okay. Okay, so I can't show you how this works because I don't have the channel points. But anyway, that is how you do add channel points if you are affiliated on Twitch. So, now we know how to add an avatar, how to set up a channel point redemption. We know how to make a command. Next question is, how would you make an alert? Well, to make an alert, it is just exactly the same. You add something, let's call it alert follower, right? Will I stream more with Content Delta? Honestly, Maria, I would stream on this particular channel if I feel like there is a good reason for it. I don't want to just stream for no reason. So if I have another thing that I want to do like this, then absolutely. And also Fried Pickle, thank you so much for the follow. And even then, I think if we would be able to get affiliate, I would do it and then turn off all subscriptions because it feels silly to have that on Twitch. But yeah, let's make an alert. So we're going to say alert follower. Now, you can do whatever you want down here. Literally whatever you want. All you need to do up here is go to Twitch. Go to... let me see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Is channel? No. Yes. Channel follow. Now, whenever there's a follower, that will happen on stream. And just as a little test thing, I'll just make an alert, or I'll say alerts, and we'll make 3 alerts. We'll make 3 color sources. The follow color, which we are going to make purple. And we'll just shrink that down. We are going to duplicate, rename. Signals, thank you so much for the follow. And we'll call this the sub color. Of course, I can't show that, but should be fine. We'll make that yellow. And then we will make one more, because I want to show that you can do different things with this particular situation. And we'll call this one the resub color. It's just to give you guys an illustration, right? So now we have 3 colors, one for follows, one for subs, and one for resubs. And what we'll do is for the follow, we will say, okay, OBS, source, set source visibility, follow color to visible. It will show it for 3 seconds. Hey, Spoonie! Pickle, I do my best. Thank you very much for the kind words. And we're gonna hide it again. So now, if somebody follows, let's turn these colors off for now. And then we'll test the trigger. Boom. It will be there for 3 seconds, and then it goes away. Okay. We're gonna duplicate this. We're gonna rename it. And we're going to give it a little bit of a different flair. We'll call it the sub. And instead of having the Twitch follow, we will delete that trigger. We'll add a new trigger from Twitch. And that will be subscriptions, subscription. Now, the nice thing is, with the Twitch subscriptions, that you can choose which tiers have certain alerts. So you could make special alerts for Prime subs, Tier 1 subs, Tier 2 subs, and Tier 3 subs. In this case, we just want all subs to do the same thing. And we're just going to change the follow color to sub color on both of these. And now if this triggers, it will trigger the yellow square, because now it's a subscription. But you might think, okay, that's great. We want to do something special when somebody subs for the first time, which is what the sub alert is for. Mind you, this one is not for resubscriptions. For resubscriptions, let me just drag this up and make sure to show you guys, you can have a separate thing. So instead of subscription, we are now going to choose resub. And here we can do something really, really cool. We can even say, oh, the sub ranges differ. If somebody is there between 2 and 6 months, you get something else than when somebody is there for 2 to 3 years, which I think is an incredible sort of way to recognize your community and give you a little bit of more freedom. If somebody is there for exactly 9 months, you can do something. If somebody's there for 2 years, you can do something. But in this case, any resub we want it to trigger, not the sub, but only on a resub. And what we wanted to do is just trigger the resub color. Now, the nice thing is, if everything's done right, that if I test this trigger, you will see it does not trigger the sub and the resub. It only triggers the resub. If you would want to, I'll show that again because I was zoomed in. You can see it right there. And you can add any sounds and you can add anything to it. It actually is pretty insane how much stuff you can do with Streamer.Bot. So one of the major things that I use is like file IO. You can read text from files. You can write to files. You can do logic if else gates, which is absolutely amazing. Yes, they are, Spoony. They are. I have them on a separate scene in OBS. And I'll show you in a little bit why this is the case. But yeah, if you look here, you can add like OBS Polypop, which is a special program. You can change settings. You can connect to Streamlabs desktop. You can connect directly to YouTube, send messages, set the title, set the description, connect to your Stream Deck, which I will show you guys in a second. Integrations with Discord, which allows you to post things immediately to Discord. So on my channel, MathmanEU, I, for example, have something where if you do ! clip, that clip gets immediately ported to the Stream Clips channel in the Discord. You've tried a set title and game category. It says Twitch's API issues. What might be causing that? Twitch, in this case. 100%. So if we go to channel, let's make a quick new one. Let's call this test. And we can do Twitch, set channel title, Streamer.Bot tutorial. I'll quickly copy what we have right now as the title. And if I say Streamer.Bot tutorial, and I can say Twitch channel, set channel game, we'll set that to, I don't know, World of Warcraft. Just to show that you can actually change this. It should work if the trigger will set it to test, because then I can just test it now. Test trigger. And if you guys look on Twitch now, you should be able to see that we are now doing a Streamer.Bot tutorial in the World of Warcraft category. Now, I'm going to manually change that back because I don't want to be in the World of Warcraft category. So I've done that now, and that should be it. You tried to set it as the string you use. That means you can go, oh yeah, you can. You can, Atomic Spoonie. So in that case, what you do, it's a little bit different. Because it's important that you at that point take some ideas, right? Yeah, first off, go into your stream apps, or sorry, into your platforms and make sure your account is connected. What I'll do, I'll delete this trigger. In channel title, actually, what I'll do is I'll go Twitch, user, get user info from for target. I think that's what we need. And then we set this to user. That's the first thing we're gonna do, right? And let's delete the game for now. We're just gonna change the title. Now, what we can do, I'm gonna disable this because all I want to do is create a command triggered, create command, and we'll indeed let's just call it the title command. Exclamation point title. I only want myself to be able to use this, right? Or moderators. Let's say moderators. So I make sure to switch the moderators to in there. And then no cooldown. Okay. Now, if I go into Twitch and I write title, test title, you guys will see that nothing happens. And that's on purpose. What this allows us to do is go into the action queues. And I'll tell you guys more about this later. We'll find the action history. We'll look at the test that we've just run. Inspect variables after run. That brings up a little box. And we can see that it has a lot of information. Right? That's a fair amount of information. But what information does it have? It says that we're still in the World of Warcraft 1, but that's not true. So that's fine. That's fine. It's just drawn a lot of information from what I've done. Yeah, this is very, very good to get all your variable names. Now, what I do see is that it did not take in the input that I wanted it to. So, why is that? Let's first check out the command. Have I done this correctly? I think I have, because it ran it. So that should be fine. We have it set to start, which is good. That may be it. This is not what we wanted to do. We don't want it to add the target info from who redeemed, do we? We want to have it to... We want to grab... Oops. We want to grab the information that we put in the redeem. So, right now, I'll do this again. Test, hello. We'll check the action queue again. Has it run the thing? No, because there's nothing for it to do. Okay, I'm just gonna send a message to the channel. Test success. That way it has something to do and it will actually do the thing. Test hello. Sorry, it's not exclamation point test. It's title hello. There we go. Action queue. Action history. Still hasn't done it? Exclamation point title. I did write that, didn't I? Yes, I did write title. Ash test. Thank you. It's not running it at the moment. Interesting. Why is that? Expect that to be a problem here. Oh no, it's completely normal that you run into issues. The question is, are you able to solve them afterwards? I think we are. Test is working. It's set correctly. Title, test, title. I don't know why it's not listening at the moment. Are we connected? Yes, we are. We are definitely connected. Okay, so it's not listening to our commands. It should send us a test message. See, that's what I'm trying to get to, Ash. Because I don't know if it is raw input that we want. It could also be input 0 or input 1. I'm just wondering why it's not working when I use the command. Oh! That may be why. Delete. Twitch. Commands. Or sorry, core. Commands. I set command cooldown. It should be on command triggered. Title. And now we go title, hello, there. And now, test success. There we go. And look how many variables we have now. 38 variables to play with. And you can see there's a raw input, which is hello there. And it shows what the broadcaster is and who the user is and all that sort of stuff, right? So, I do need more coffee. I definitely do. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete this test message. This is, by the way, how debugging works. Literally. And we are going to go percentile sign raw, capital input, percentile sign. And now if I go title, this is a test. There goes the title. It's been changed. But make sure that you have the capitalization correct. I will return it back to what it was before. There we go. But that is how you do it. Hey, Night Gamer, how are you doing? You found the stream by mistake? Well, I wouldn't say that's a mistake. I think you found it at the right time. Exactly. Just write things out. Like, I'll show you guys in a second, or later on, what happens if you start playing with the coolest feature of Streamer.Bot. It's great, but it's very, very difficult. It can be very, very challenging. Let me show you guys. So we've now shown a few different things. We've shown how we can make an alert, but there's one problem with these alerts. They are overlapping. If you get, for example, a follow, a resub, all at the same time. So look what happens. That one triggers, that one triggers. They all trigger at the same time, right? They trigger as they come in. And that is not what you want with certain alerts. You really don't want that. So what you do instead is you make an action queue. You're going to add an action queue. Can I drag this up so you guys can see better? Oh, probably, if I would click right. Add. And we're just going to name it alerts. And what you're going to click here is blocking. What this does is whenever an alert is playing, it will set it in a queue. Eddie, absolutely. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So now we're going back to the actions. We're going to double click every one of these actions and we're going to set the queue to alerts. And now the fun part comes, because now we're going to run the test again. And you'll see if I get a follow, then I get a resub, then I get a sub, then I get a follow, then another follow, then a sub, then another follow. They all go in queue. They block each other out. It's so good. This is something that I would suggest everybody uses. And you can better have too many queues than not enough. Because you can have a queue for your alerts. You can have a queue for your voice changers. You can have a queue for your redemptions. Never again will you have things overlapping and tripping over each other and just 5 sound alerts playing at the same time, because you can all put them in these queues so they get handled one by one by one. I have something on my channel where I allow people to change my voice using voice mod. If you would spend channel points to get that done, and then right like 2 seconds after somebody else has the same idea and redeems another voice and your voice would disappear, that's channel points down the drain. If you put them in a queue, all of a sudden you can set the channel point length for as long as you want. Mine are 30 seconds or 1 minute, and your voice changes for 30 seconds. Once that's over and somebody else has redeemed something, it will change to that one instead, making it so that everybody gets full value out of their channel points. You never have overlapping alerts and that sort of stuff. By the way, if you are enjoying what we're doing here and you are on either Twitch or YouTube, if you're on Twitch, make sure to click that follow button. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like this stream, spread it to more people, and subscribe. I'm going to do more of these. I'm really enjoying this. But we are also going to continue making videos, of course, every, I want to say 2 weeks at the moment, because life is busy. But we are not done just yet, because it can do so much more. It can really do so much more. You just got an idea for channel point, time to go make it? Let's go for it. And hey, McKenna, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. There's so much more we can do. The first one is hotkeys. So as you guys can see, when I do this is a hotkey. If I do Control 9, the zoom starts and it goes out. It's something you can press on your keyboard to make sure that you can do, that you can trigger actions. So, for example, in this case, I will say numpad 7 and control, and that's just one of my hotkeys. But what can I make this hotkey do? Well, I can, for example, say, oh, when I press... Hello, let's stay in the middle. It's hard because I want to show you guys Streamer.Bot, but also show you OBS. What we can do is go into the first redemption, go to core, hotkey press, control 7, and now if I press control 7, and we are in the right scene, it immediately triggers... No, it doesn't. Hello? Oh, it can't do that. It can't do this one. Let's do the follower then. The reason it can't do this one, by the way, is because it adds target info from who redeems. If we disable that, we should be able to do it anyway. It should not get a hang up there, although it seems to... Anyway. Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it also can't grab the avatar. There we go. Hey, Instrument, how are you doing? Can you play music Gods by New Gene? Instrument, I will not be doing that right now because I don't like putting on music that I haven't curated myself. And also, why you... DMCA stuff. I'll talk about that later. But look, Control 7 starts the first redeem and done. Is this a way to use Stream Deck functionality without having a Stream Deck? Yes! Yes, it is! Because you can do the exact same if you have a Stream Deck. Let me open it. You guys are now actually looking at my Stream Deck setup. As you guys can see, there are a few little bolts here. And that is because in the Elgato marketplace, if you look for Streamer.Bot, you will find an official Streamer.Bot plugin. Once you have set that up and made sure that that is actually in your, if that is in your Stream Deck, you will have an extra box. Now, I just have to find it because I have a lot of plugins. You know what? I'm not going to find it. I'm just going to write it. Streamer.Bot. You can do an action switch, or a status indicator. Hey, Slow Roll, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Now, if you do have a Stream Deck, install this plugin, grab the action, put it somewhere. I'll just put it here. And then we go down here. For the instance, I'll have multiple. You guys should only have one. If you do not have one that is online, don't worry about it. This is simply because I use multiples. If you want to install it, go to configure instances, to new, and then you just put in, and here we go, the information that we put in earlier. Let me show you. Let me show you. So we, earlier in integrations, Elgato started a server at 127.0.0.1 and port 8061. This is what we did earlier. Now here, we go for 127.0.0.1 with the right port. We'll call this one test rig. Nope, that's not where I wanted that. Can I not give this a name? Oh, you can't give this a name anymore. Okay, save. And now, we'll find the right one. And that is saying offline. Why are you... But you're on. I started you. That is the right one, so why are you not working? Let's check that. 59, 58. Okay. Let's stop the server. Let's set it to 57. See if that it's happier with that. Save. It's saying it's offline, and I don't understand why. Atomic Spoonie, not a problem, not a problem. There's always Touch Portal. Yes, you can use that too. Stream Deck alternatives work as well. I just happen to have a big old Stream Deck, so I like using it. Apparently, this one doesn't want to work for some reason. The other one's online. This one isn't. Do I need to reboot my Streamer.Bot? Is that it? It sometimes is a little buggy with that, but that's okay. You just reboot it. Especially Streamer.Bot. If something doesn't work, reboot. Usually, that makes stuff work. There we go. So Streamer.Bot is back. Let's make sure that this is also back. And let's see if it now connects. That's 8. That's 8057. No, it doesn't. Maybe my firewall. That is possible. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just use the other Streamer.Bot. I'm okay with that. We won't be running one of these actions. But what we can do is in this one, you go to action, and we're just going to look for song, or now playing, I think it's called. Yeah, there we go. Now playing. We're going to give this a title, now playing. You guys can see the button right there, right? The button's on the screen right now. That's the button. And when I press that one now on my Stream Deck, it also shows the now over there, the now playing. And you can do this with every single action as well. So you can choose. It's very simple. Either you use hotkeys if you don't have a Stream Deck. If you have a Stream Deck, you can just use this plugin. Either way, it works fantastic with Streamer.Bot. Again, I can do Control-7 and it will show it just as a hotkey, which may be easier. That is also, by the way, how you set it up for two PC setups. You can connect multiple OBSs, but that's more an advanced thing to do. Now, there are two more things that I do want to go through. The first one is voice control. So you can set up, and I've not done this in a while, so we're going to go through this together. You can set up your OBS to do voice control. Go to settings and choose your audio input device. Now, I have a ton of these. You guys will probably have one or two of these. Don't worry about it. Just pick the microphone that you use for streaming. And then we're going to set it to auto start listening. So now you'll be able to see, hopefully somewhere, that it is listening to my voice. If you want the confidence threshold to be a little bit different, you can do that as well. That is not a problem. The confidence threshold allows you to set up and down how sensitive it is to which words we are talking about. The bigger the distance, the more sure it needs to be. So hopefully, yes, look at that. It is actually starting to listen, and you can see the confidence threshold which it has for these different levels. See? It's right there in the log. Great. So, let's do a little fun. Let's have a little fun. We're gonna add to this one. Let's change the title. Let's see how well this is gonna go. We are going to add a voice command, which is, where is it? In core? Voice control. Command. Create voice command. The name is change title. The command is, hey Steven, or hey Streamer.Bot, Streamer.Bot, change title to. Now let's see if this works. I actually don't know how this is gonna go. Hey Streamer.Bot, change title to Hello World. Let's see if it actually heard that and how confident it's going to be. Oh, that is really it's really not great at listening, is it? Comrades and listening, is it? A barrier that... Okay. Hey, Streamer.Bot. Change title to Hello World. Tell on... Yeah, okay. The voice control really isn't that good. But you can also do this with Speaker.Bot, which makes it a lot more accurate. Not something I want to go into right now, but it definitely is a thing that you can do. It's just really, really imprecise for some reason. It used to be a lot better. It used to be a lot better. So we're just going to disable this again. We're going to make it stop listen, but that is an option in Streamer.Bot. And now comes the coolest thing that I think Streamer.Bot can do. And genuinely, this is one of those things where I feel this is genuinely incredible. This is genuinely incredible. Let me show you. What we do is we click the import thing. In Streamer.Bot, you can import and export creations that other people have made. So I have here's one I prepared earlier on my other screen with a giant import string. And what this is my Phasmophobia guesser. This is exactly how this works on my gaming channel. We're going to import it. We're going to make sure that these commands are set to enabled, not the guess one, only this one. And this is how it works. So on my gaming channel, you are able to guess the ghosts that we try and find out. So let's have a look at what the Phasmo Guesser actually does. What the Phasmo Guesser does is it looks at this command, the guess command. It adds my information and checks if the game is Phasmophobia or Demonologist. It works for both. If it's neither of those, I accidentally activate it, it goes, sorry, we're not playing a game that allows you to guess right now. What it then does, let's say that we're playing Phasmophobia, it will add the target info from who redeemed using !guess. And then it will do an action. Random ghost. Now, here you can see these are all possible ghosts that can be guessed. And what it does is I've set this to random. I'll show you guys. So if you right click it, you can see random. And when it then runs the action, it runs one of these sub-actions completely at random. Okay, so it picks a random ghost. And now comes the absolute mastery of Streamer.Bot. You can then code in C# if you can't have it done automatically, and you can just do everything in C#. It is wonderful. It allows you to do anything your heart desires without any problem whatsoever. So, let's say that it's McKenna that has just guessed a demon, as you guys can see. So, now it has picked a random ghost. It does that first. And then it says, oh, is there an input? Where is it? So here it says, oh, we're going to recover an input and we're going to recover the username. Then it reads a list. Now, I'm not going to show you this list, but it just has different names, everything written out. Then it says, oh, check if this username is already in your list. If you've already guessed, it stops here and says, hey, you've already guessed, we're done. Then, what it does, if you haven't guessed yet, it makes a new line with your name and the ghost guess. And just like that, it goes through. If there is, it says the input, it sets the random flag. This is just flagging. Do you want a random ghost or not? Well, McKenna said, no, I don't want random. I have a string here. It's called demon. Okay. So the random flag stays on 0 because input 0 is not empty. And then it goes, oh, can I understand what you are saying? It goes into that file, the list of ghosts, and it says, does the string you've provided, demon, match one of the ghost names? If it does, fantastic. I will change my ghost guess to that specific ghost. If it can't, then it says, oh, I can't recognize it. I don't know what to do. Have a random ghost, which we've already picked. And then it outputs that to both a file so that I can resolve it later. All the guesses are saved, and I then say, oh, it was this ghost, and it comes out. And then it also pushes to the Twitch chat, which is this, CPH send message. Username has guessed a ghost, and then either it says exclamation point if the random flag is 0, so there's a specific ghost, and if it's random, then it will say randomly. It's just a very simple way of building this up. It's not optimal, absolutely not, but it works well for me. And this is something that you can do with many different things. So if you have a look at the Streamer.Bot website, let me open it up quickly. So we go Streamer.Bot. You can actually go to their integrations and plugins, the support, what people are saying, blah, blah, blah. Features, no. Docs, documentation, no, that's also not what I'm looking for. Wait, Streamer.Bot plugins. Have they changed the website? I think they've changed how the website is. There it is. It is in downloads, and then you can see widgets and extensions. There are 3 setups, but let's look at the Streamer.Bot extensions. This allows you to do so much more with your Streamer.Bot because people have made these already. A heart container, Govee lighting control, a VIP stealing game. You can just a Phasmo evidence in chat and OBS. You can draw this straight into your OBS and you're done. Or in your Streamer.Bot and you're done. You can download this, follow the instructions. Take, for example, the PNG Tuber GPT. The video tutorial, follow that, get the Streamer.Bot thing. You can import that with the import string and you can create the most amazing things. Genuinely something that is quite incredible to figure out when you are working with this. Genuinely really, really cool. Now, that was the full sort of OBS tutorial, or sorry, Streamer.Bot tutorial. If you guys have any questions for the Q&A, there's a form on in the doobly down below on YouTube. There's a pinned comment over in the Twitch chat. I'm quickly going to grab myself some water, stretch my legs, and when we come back, we're jumping into the Q&A. See you in a second. There we go. There we go. Okay. We are back and we are ready. Let me just close that. We don't need that anymore. And then I will open up the Q&A. Let's see if there's anybody that has some questions. Let's start off with one from Ash. Ash is asking, any thoughts or suggestions on controlling things like lights with Streamer.Bot? So, yes, I do, Ash. There are a few things you can do if you want to control lights. The first is, as you saw just now, the suggestions, or one of the extensions is Govee light control. So if you have Govee lights, that extension or that plugin from the Streamer.Bot website allows you to directly implement it into Streamer.Bot. However, there should also be an integration for Lumia Stream. And if you don't know what Lumia Stream is a really cool program that allows you to get a lot of lighting control on your OBS. And this is directly integrated into Streamer.Bot. And if you look at Lumia Link or, let me see, supported brands, then you'll see that there's actually a lot of these. Nanoleaf has full control. Yeelight, Philips Hue, LIFX, Cololight, TP-Link Casa, Elgato's lights are also here. Magic Home, Govee, Tuya and Smart Life, Razer, all these things, SteelSeries, you can control with Lumia Stream. So I would have a look at the supported brands in Lumia Stream. Have a look at how you integrate that in OBS. Maybe try it out with one light. Maybe give it a try on a fresh Streamer.Bot install. And then you can make channel point redemptions, which change your lights, which move things around, which all these things. Definitely give it a try. I've had a look at it with the lights that I have. The one thing I want to say, because I do use Govee lights, or I bought some Govee lights, I'm not too happy with them, personally. But that is because, one, they keep falling down, they're not super high quality, and smooth transitions. That is so important, because if you don't have smooth transitions, it can only change the light once every so many seconds, and it just doesn't feel very reactive, even if you want to try and change it yourself. Hey Hezkez, how you doing? You love Streamer.Bot. Welcome in on the YouTubes, as far as I can see. How you doing? So yeah, definitely have a look. I would suggest using either Philips Hue, which does have full control, LIFX, but I believe they are quite expensive, or Nanoleaf, which has native scenes. Like, try and use the ones that are fully supported. That tends to be the best option. Let's see. Do we have any other questions? Open it over here again. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where's the other one? Where is... There are my questions. Yes. A question from Frosty Pie. How do I get good music and add it to my stream? Please, Mr. Content Delta person. Thank you, Frosty. Thank you. So, how do you get DMCA-free music? It is so important, guys. This is something that you want to remember. Your music needs to be completely DMCA free, or at least you need to have the permission to use it on your stream. There are a few places you can do this, because if you don't do this, I know people will say this. Okay, let's get real for a moment, right? Let's get real for a moment. There are so many people on Twitch, especially on Twitch. YouTube, just don't do it. Just don't do it. But for Twitch, there's a lot of smaller creators that go, It doesn't matter. I can use A-listed music because I'm too small. They won't find me anyway. That's excuse number one. Or excuse number two. Oh, I will just have music live and then no music on my VOD track. Both of those, bad. Twitch is getting better and better with tracking live. Hezkez, thank you for the follow. Twitch is getting better and better tracking DMCA takedowns live. YouTube is already extremely good at this. So please don't get copyright struck while live or on your videos. Use music that is DMCA free. It is so important. And what then can you use? Well, there's a few options. The first one I will show you guys here, which is a free option. Oh, it's not free. It's freemium. You've had your VOD muted in places with just a redeem you have? Yeah, so that's the same RAM cycle. That is them protecting you. But they do have live takedowns as well. It's something you don't want to deal with. So an option for that you can use is Pretzel Rocks. What is Pretzel? It's just you can play certain playlists, over 600,000 Twitch safe tracks, 150,000 YouTube safe tracks, and all you need to do is just look at what they have. They have a free trial, apparently. They've stopped having a free version. They used to have a free version, so this is now only paid, which, if you're a smaller streamer, I would not recommend. Don't go for anything paid. Seems silly. So their premium version has stations. You click a station, it will play music. You don't have real control over it, just like free Spotify. The Pro allows you to get the downloads, have exclusive music, choose your own playlists, etc., etc. Make your own things. But there are free versions, free things, which I personally think are better if you do invest the time. So one of those is Stream Tunes, which has 60 plus albums in all kinds of different ways. You can download them to use them in your videos. You can have them live on stream. It does not matter. This is completely DMCA free. And of course, the other option, which I personally am a big fan of, is Stream Beats by the one and only Harris Heller. If you guys don't know what Stream Beats is, Harris Heller, the guy that does Senpai Gaming, has a music label. He creates music for streaming. It's all DMCA free. You've been listening to it the whole time. All the music I use in this live session is DMCA free from Harris Heller, and it's simple. It's on Spotify. You can play it on Spotify on your stream, no problem. If you want to download the files instead, you can do that too, because you get free access to them. Use them in your videos for YouTube as much as you want. It is genuinely one of the best ones to use, and there are so many songs. Like, it looks, there's like 10, 12 different ones here, but if you then go into lo-fi, there are 16 different albums. You can find something for your stream in that. I am 100% sure. If you can't, I mean, you have other places to look, but those are definitely good. There is another one. If you guys like sea shanties, you can find it somewhere on Twitter. The Longest Johns have given everybody the allowance to use their music on Twitch, not on YouTube, just on Twitch, which is also an option. Find artists that say they won't do takedowns, but then you are dependent on the artist, right? So that is something to worry about. But those are the 3 main platforms that I would give as suggestions if you are looking for DMCA free music for live streams. Let's see what the next question is, if there are any more questions. There is. Excuse me, I would like to set up my Discord better. Tips, please. From Frosty Pie. Frosty, are you in chat? If so, am I allowed to pull up your Discord on the stream? Yeah, sure, you can air my shame. Brilliant. There we go. Frosty's Discord. Holy freaking shit. Oh, what the? Okay, that's quite a lot of channels, isn't it? I will check the announcement. There's also a Phasmo category all the way on the bottom that's completely empty. My son makes music and he made the music for you in your dance party, Redeem. That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely. You can also hire people, right? But that costs money, and I like to provide things that are just not as costly, especially for starting streamers. Get everything free. Don't go and do a me. I spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on tech that I don't actually need or use. Let me show you guys something, right? And this is actually something I'm doing a video very soon releasing on this channel about my audio setup versus this. A USB microphone, which combined with the Wavelink software from Elgato or just simply OBS plugins does everything your heart desires. Literally. That's really cool, Ram Cycle. I like to hear that. But let's have a little look-see. Hello? Let's have a little look-see. So, we see that there are a whole lot of channels. Hey, WC-Pod, how you doing? I mean, they say pot. Let's have a look-see. Let's have a look-see. A lot of channels is annoying, and especially when the mods complain when you post something in the wrong channel. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Empty Manager is perfect for Discord voice chats. It allows you to add 2 open voice chats for users to create their own temporary channels. It does, Heskes. It does. So, let's have a look at this Discord. That's what we're gonna do. So, a few things I see are really, really good. First off, what did it just do? Don't switch to other things. There. Verify. This is a very good channel to have. If you set it up correctly. With something like Me6, it is great to set this up. Okay. Hello. Stop switching there. So something like Me6 or other bots, you can set it up so that when people come in, they need to read your rules, and then they need to click verify before they can join. You can see that in my own one. Here I have a Me6. All the rules are set up, and to join the server, they have to press a button. Really, really important, because that keeps a lot of spammers outside the door. Then you have a few other things. So if you have a verification channel, you don't need a welcome channel. One of the two. Like, try and think of, if you make a channel, make sure it has a meaning for something. The about server is also empty. The FAQ, also empty. So why do you need an about server? This could be a role picker if you want to make sure that things stay nice and organized. Let's say it like that. But a channel with all the information you need to know about our server. That should be in your welcome. They need to know. It's part of the rules. It's part of the things. Make sure that they know that before joining the server. Then you have important. Yeah, that's fine. Announcements, sure. Schedule. Make sure you actually post a schedule. But a scheduled channel is absolutely fine. Suggestions, giveaways, events, votes, special. This is a. I know this one's hidden, but that's fine. This is what you need. What I do see missing here is a go live channel for you, not for an open stage, not for other people, but when you go live, you want to have that sent to your Discord. The reason you want that is because the people in your Discord, where's paint? Let's grab paint. We're gonna talk. Oh god, it's so bright. Why is this so bright? 1 second. There. Time for us to have a chat about marketing. So let's draw a little circle and we'll there we go. This is what we call a marketing funnel. And the marketing funnel is how you guide your audience, your viewers, into certain sections. So what might happen is you have YouTube up here. People find a YouTube video and they jump into what is your brand. And then or they see a Twitter post. And yes, I will keep calling it Twitter. Don't X me. Or they see an Instagram post, or they see another big top of funnel thing is TikTok. And the top of funnel is where people find you on the internet. Once you have them in your top of funnel, you can guide them down the funnel. They now know of your existence. They might want to be more intertwined in your community. So this is sort of the outer layer, is people that see a Twitter, YouTube, a TikTok, and they start coming back slowly but surely. Eventually, they will reach your Twitch. Just so you guys know, if you want to grow on Twitch, then you need to make content on other platforms such as YouTube and TikTok. Then take those viewers and bring them back to your Twitch channel. Twitch is never, ever top of funnel. Never. There's nobody in their right mind. Okay, maybe there are some people now. But if you find a stranger in the street, you are not going to sit with them for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, watching them play games. It's just not a thing. To get discovered on Twitch, you're gonna have to make shorter, more appealing content elsewhere and funnel them down into your Twitch channel. Once you've done that, and they are in this area, and they like being with you, and they come in every single stream, then they are going to your lowest part of your funnel, which is your Discord. And this is called the marketing funnel, but also up here, strangers. These are strangers. Down here are your true fans. So if you are not letting your Discord know that you are going live, you are not informing the people that are most likely to click on that link and join you. Yeah, so true, you can be found on Twitch, McKenna, but did you find me on Twitch? Were you browsing Phasmophobia and found me? Or were you raided in by someone? Because that is a big difference. Because that is somebody suggesting me to you. Which is, you know, somewhere around... That's part of Twitch, right? And also, Grandale, thank you so much for the follow. Twitch discovery is so good. As a user, I can add one whole tag when searching for live streams. Exactly. You found me on YouTube. They say pot. And if you had not found me on YouTube, you would probably not have been in this live stream, either on YouTube or on Twitch. We're live on both places, but you found me. And that's the thing. You want to start with your shorter form content. So you have short form, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Twitter. Twitter, by the way, is short form content because you only get a limited amount of space. And then you go on to YouTube, long form. And then you go on to Twitch, even longer form. And Discord is your close-knit community. The people that really want to watch you every single time they can. You were looking for Phasmophobia players from Europe. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. In that case, McKenna, I'm gonna say you are the exception. And that I don't mean that in a bad way, but most people will not find you on Twitch. What I do when I go on Twitch, this is not even a lie, is I open up Twitch, I look at my followers, not my followers, the people I follow, the list, and I go, oh, that's a live channel I like, click. I don't go into browse, I don't search for tags, I don't do anything like that. I literally just go, follower list, oh, nobody online that I want to see, okay, I'll watch something else. I'll go to YouTube. It's just how most people react. Not everybody, I know, but most people. And what Grandale says is completely right. You can add one tag in the search. So Phasmophobia Europe, Phasmophobia English, World of Warcraft Classic, something like that. Speed running. If you want to find that, you can. But it's really, really hard to be discovered on Twitch. So, that being said, let's wind back. Let's look at Discord. If you don't have a goal... You just added that. Did you just add that, Frosty? I love it. I love it. No, that's good. That's brilliant. If you don't have a go live channel for yourself, right? Make sure it's there. That is where you are gonna make your hey everyone announcements every single time you are live, because you want people to jump in and you want them to jump in early. For the rest, nothing to say about the important stuff. That is very much a case of set it up how you want, but make sure there's a go live for you. Make sure there's a channel where people can see your socials. That could also be in the welcome or in the FAQ. That would absolutely work. Then we go to the main hall. So your main hall or your plaza or your pub, in my case, that is where you want your main channels. These are the channels people are going to interact with the most. Your general channel, your memes, your photos, fan art, dark humor, animal corners. You might have stuff like food. You might have channels for fitness, for tattoos, for really anything that is non-specific. But if you make these, make sure you make them in a way that works. So you don't want 12 channels. General memes, photos, fan art, dark humor, animal corner, food, creative, all that stuff. Combine them. So photos is not only for photos. I'm assuming all art goes into the photos. Animal corner, you don't have dogs, cats, alpacas, capybaras, elephants, giraffes. No, you just have an animal corner because you want to have your channels be active. Next thing you do, I'm just gonna compress these. I think is pretty good. I see Phasmo at the bottom. Let's make sure that that is where with the rest. These are specifically for games, right? You have specific categories for specific games. For Lethal Company, Pal World, House Flipper, and Phasmo. That's good. If those are your main games on stream, have specific channels or categories for them. Very important. when you do that, right? When you do that, make sure that those are active. Once they start dying down, you might just want to go meh. Then we have a notifications channel, Twitch. Channel for getting notified when someone goes live. Is this your... What is this for, Frosty? What? I don't know. So here people can drop their own Twitch clips, I'm assuming. The same for YouTube and Twitch. But you have your own channel up here now, the Go Live channel, which is an important channel. And you have the stream advertising down here for other people. So this, I would say, is not really viable for anyone. I would drag the Twitch clips down to the advertisement so other people can drop their stuff there, and that's it. If you want a channel with your own clips, I would put that in the important as well. Just to keep it nice and condensed. People don't have permissions to post in those channels. Okay, yeah, that's something I can't check. So, if you have channels, make sure that people have permissions. Either to post or not post. If, as Ash Kapal says, if people don't have a chance to post here, then these should probably, this whole category should not be here. Instead, I would change YouTube to socials and put it in your important. Keep suggestions there. But yeah, definitely these are announcements, right? These are for you. If you do want them in a separate thing, then the Go Live is not necessary. But then I'd move your schedule down here as well. Your events down here as well. Because that's what people naturally think about. Hall of Fame, meme of the week, photo of the week, fan art of the week. I like it. It works. Advertisement. Oh, and then we're gonna have to have this discussion about stream advertisement. Do you want to have a Go Live channel for other people in your Discord? If you do, do it. If you don't, don't. It really is personal preference. I know people that say yes. I know people that say I don't want that. As long as you know, with something like stream advertisement, even if you have a Go Live channel, there will not be a lot of people that go into that chat, post their links, and then actually get found. I'm just giving that as an advice. Like, don't expect to be found in these channels. If you are part of the community and people are looking for someone to watch, you can definitely do that. A lot of people mute them. A lot of people just don't look at them. A lot of people just, yeah, it's hard. It's really, really hard. YouTube advertising, I do like. I need to use that more. I need to put my Content Delta videos in here just because I can. No, I'm joking. Definitely, if you want to also do that, make sure that yeah, put the Twitch clips channel in this as well, so that people can drop their Twitch clips. That tends to be good. You kind of want to have something like my Discord has with the auto shout out, but you didn't know how to set that up. Okay, so what I use for that is Me6. And I can go through... Can I go through that? Yeah, I can go through that. Let's grab what I do. So this is how I've set it up. We don't need Lumia Stream. Let me just do that. And quickly, this will have to be in this browser. So we will go to Me6. However, this is a premium feature of Me6. So you do have to pay for this. You can either do that through monthly payments, I want to say, or you can do that through one-time payment. So yeah, it's really not that expensive. It's €4.17 per month. If you pay for a year, that's €50, or you pay €90 once and you're done. Yeah, but that's so you can do both, Ash. But if you do have the lifetime setup or a premium, you can go in here. You can go to... Now I have to see... Is it... Where is it? I think it's Twitch alerts? No, where do I have it set up? I have it open, so I need to be able to find it somewhere. Automations? No, I don't have automations. Reaction roles. I need to find it quickly. Yeah, so that works. That absolutely works. You can... Oh! Yes! Yes, Ash! There's another one you can use. I don't even think... Let me just check. Do I use Me6 for this? I have a lot... As you can see, I also have a lot of channels. I need to work that so it's not as many. Open stage. No, don't reorder. Just go to open stage. I use StreamCord Pro for this. So, StreamCord. No, just look for it on Google, please. I'm a Pro user. You don't have to use Pro. I happen to use Pro. And I can show you guys in my Roasted Pie pub, there is a live roll. Now, the thing that I do is upon joining my server, people go through the welcome mat and they can choose specific roles. They can choose reaction roles. The 3 reaction roles I have is join. That gives you the specific role. That allows you to see the server. I do this because then I can confirm when people have that, they've read the rules. The streamer role gives you both the streamer role and the open stage checklist role. The dark humor role gives you the dark humor role. Some people don't like dark humor. That's fair. I want to have that option. Now what it does is I have a list in Discord. Where is my Discord? There's my Discord. Where if I go into the server settings and I go into roles, I can, yes, lots of roles, don't worry about it. I can go to the open stage checklist, and I really need to do this again because there are 85 people waiting for this. I go through this and I say, oh, this person is good. Even Frosty's on this list for some reason. This person is good. This person, I can check quality. I like doing that myself because that means I don't promote streamers that I do not feel have a specific quality level, which is very low, by the way, for me. It's just, are they scamming? Can I regularly watch their stream? That's all I care about. And then I'll say, oh, either they're going to be approved or they'll be up for review. Now, if they're approved, they automatically get sent into the filter. Open stage approved. And if they get open stage approved and their thing is linked to Discord, they get a role called Now Live. And when they go live, automatically there is a link put into the open stage for people that prefer using the open stage. You can do it without making like an open stage sort of role, but I prefer doing it. You can also just disable that. That's up to you. You can definitely set that up. I believe you can do that with StreamCourt Pro. I'm not sure if you can do that with StreamCourt, but there are definitely options for you there. Then you have a few bot things. I think you were going to set up like a Pokemon catching thing, which I fully understand. Keeping that separate. The levels is also something Me6 can do. I think you were working on that. Definitely have those separate. Commands and level ups and that sort of stuff. The voice chats, however, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What I would do is you also have them here for music. 3 music voice chats. I would have a setup where people can create their own voice chats. And I know that somebody just managed Signals, managed Empty Manager, which allow you to create voice chats. People click on a chat, it will create a new chat, and that will be their table until they leave, and then the voice chat disappears. Have 1 or 2 fixed ones, and then that's it. That's it. I wouldn't add any more than that. This is good. Song request beat makers have 1 music voice chat. You don't need 3. Your bot can only be in 1 anyway. And then you have mod stuff, which I fully understand. I think actually this is a very well set up Discord. I think this is the way forward, and I think that is really, really important. If you look at my Discord, I clearly need to clean it up. There is too much going on. Just absolute mess of things. I just haven't had the time yet, which is fine. Ash also has a wonderful Discord, but there are definitely some things you can use there. Now, let's have a look-see if there are any more questions. Any more questions on the form? I think those are all the questions that were asked. If anybody has any more questions, now's your chance. Especially regarding Streamer.Bot. If you have any questions, now is your chance. Oh no, there's one more. There's one more. From Ash Kapow. And I think this is actually a really good one. As a variety streamer, I'd like to know how to better have multiple games set up in OBS to make it easier in keeping OBS efficient. Okay. Let's say that we have a scene. And the scene has a lot of sources, right? Let me bring you over to that side, actually. So this scene has no sources, but you're going to have, like, your alerts. Alerts? Or I'm just going to add a few. Alerts, and then you have your camera. And you're going to have all these sort of things. You're going to have your music. And you're going to have your blurb or sound effects. But now you're going to add your games. And you do that with game captures. If you put those all in this scene, that is going to be an absolute mess. So instead, we create a new scene, which we call the game scene. And this is where we add all the game captures. Let's just add a few to illustrate. So let's say we are a variety streamer, and over a month we've played 6 different games. Now what we'll do is you go into the scenes, you add a scene, which is the game scene, and all your games have just been added. That's how I keep it clean. And then once a month, you go back into your game scene and you say, oh, I've completed that, that I don't want to return to. we'll just delete them all. But this idea of nested scenes is so freaking good. I can tell you guys, the scene you are looking at right now on my other YouTube has like 6 or 7 different nested scenes. If you use Empty Manager, you only really need 1 or 2 voice channels, say 1 for gaming, party chats, and 1 for general. They're really the main ones to be used. Focused voice chats, movies, music, etc. barely get used. Empty Managers allows 2 create chats for free accounts, but users can create unlimited amounts of temp voice chats with it. Exactly. So you make 2 channels, and once somebody joins that channel, it makes a temporary channel. And once all the people leave, after I think it's 10 or 15 minutes, it deletes that channel, it's gone, it's no longer cluttering up. Having 2 main, you created voice channels, maybe 4, like 2 publicly available, and then 1 that is your streaming channel, where you, as the streamer, only drag in the people that you need to have there, and then a waiting list so that people can join there and wait there before you drag them in, is the best way to go. 100%. 100%. I hope that answers your question, Ash. I hope that answers your question. For now, I think that was the last question in the Q&A. I hope you guys learned a lot about Streamer.Bot. I hope you guys enjoyed all the questions that I've answered. This video will stay around on YouTube for a while. It will also stay in the VODs on Twitch, but if you want to find it, YouTube is the better way to go. And until next time, thank you all so much for coming out. If you have any suggestions, do leave them in the comments below, and we will see you next time. It's time for me to be signing off. Oh, and because we're, of course, on the Content Delta channel,